All right, now in this video, we're going to talk about a really cool business model for you that I'm calling here specific niche targeting. And what I mean by that is this means the niches that you're going to be targeting yourself. So you've probably obviously already thought about this. Okay, well, I'm going to target attorneys, I'm going to target chiropractors, I'm going to target dentists, whatever the case may be. You've probably thought about that. I'm going to target mortgage lenders. And by the way, I've actually been asked a few times what my favorite are. Attorneys are definitely my favorite, especially because they operate in so many different areas of the law. And because if you have success for one attorney, he might actually expand into other areas of the law, which gives you more opportunity to grow with him or her as an attorney or as a firm. So attorneys are definitely my favorite. Chiropractors are also a good one. They have a pretty high value per client. I've heard a lot of people having success. I personally have not done dental implant people, but I heard dental implants are very good. Mortgage lenders are definitely a favorite of mine. And so if you notice what the common theme here is in picking your top niche to target is I like to look at who has a high value per lead and value per client, right? So obviously a mortgage lender, if he closes a refinance and makes $6,000 on that refinance or $4,000 even on that refinance, then it's pretty. Those leads are pretty valuable to them. Same thing with an attorney and so on and so forth. So again, those are the niches that I would specifically target, is the ones that have a very high value per lead and value per client. For example, someone recently mentioned like a carpet cleaning business. Should I go after and target them? Now, I mean, you can, but I personally would not, because it's more of like, when there's the thing is that when there's lower prices, the margins are tighter, right? So if someone's only getting $200 per job, I don't even know what a normal carpet clean would cost, $200 or whatever it would cost, or less than that. The margins are really tight. There's not a lot of room for error, and again, just the payoff is not that big. So whereas an attorney who can land someone for a $3,000 retainer, or like we said, a mortgage lender for a few $1,000s, chiropractor who has someone that comes in 3 times a week for 6 months, and it could be valued at thousands of dollars to them, right? So a dental implant, supposedly they have high ticket items in the $10,000 and up range. Another great one, that the client that someone recently just landed, a LASIK eye, the LASIK eye thing, so people don't have to wear contacts or glasses. The LASIK eye, I guess it's not called eye surgery. Can't think of exactly how you call it, but the LASIK is again another high-end type of niche that you could target there. So those are the ones that I would definitely target. So as I mentioned in module 1, really you just got to start with what you can get. Land your first client however you can, right? Do whatever it takes to land your first client, like I've been saying all along. Then have success for that client, right? Step 2 is land a client, have success for that client, and then you should be able to duplicate that success for other professionals in that niche in all different parts of the country. Plus, you'll have a testimonial in that niche. So that's huge too. Now, one thing is that I've gotten a question a couple times about working with, let's say, 2 chiropractors in the same area. Well, it is I would say that it is probably sort of a conflict of interest. I probably would not work with a chiropractor who's number 1 on the page and another chiropractor who I'm competing and bidding against myself when I'm running both campaigns. It's a little bit of a conflict of interest. However, absolutely, if you run a successful campaign for an attorney or chiropractor in a certain niche in one city, you could absolutely work with another one in another city, right? Or in any other part of the country, right? So for example, I recently just heard of someone who was working with real estate professionals, and they started out having success for their first couple of clients, and now they're up to like 30 something clients because they specifically used this model. They specifically targeted that niche, and they got results for the people in that niche, and then they had testimonials from people in that niche. So it only made sense that they go after and target it. I mean, it's so easy to say like, hey, look, here's 3 testimonials from people in the last couple months that I got tons of leads for, and look how much their business is growing. It's pretty easy to get a test run once you have those kind of results and testimonials to show. So now also, just so you know too, you don't have to, you could target a niche right now without ever even landing a client, but typically I like to have proven success in a certain industry, and then once I have that proven success, I feel very comfortable and confident, and it usually is much easier to land other clients in that same profession in different parts of the country. Okay? And here's the best part, is that once you've done it once in a certain city, you know exactly, you've tested your ads, you found your winning ad. So the second time you do it again, you're already going to have a winning ad starting out the gate, right? You typically will just change the location name to whatever this other location is. But for the most part, the base of your ad is going to stay the same. Your keywords are pretty much going to stay the same for the most part. So it's actually way less work for you, and actually starting out the gate getting way better results for your clients, right? That the second and third client that you take on, when you already have the knowledge of what ads and keywords are the best, and these other people are in different cities. So again, it's easier for you. You already have the work done. You know it's proven to get results in one area, so it should have, it should get results in another area. And yeah, so I mean, it's just really a great model. It's really a great model. So have success for one client, duplicate that, but don't compete with them in their certain area. That's sort of a conflict of interest, like I said. But so what I would do is actually I would go out into the next area, to the next closest city to you, because this way, when you're showing them the testimonial from your first client, they'll say, oh, okay, that city is only 60 miles away from here. He had success for them in that city, so kind of try to stay in proximity. It's a little more difficult if you're in, New York and you're trying to land clients in California. Obviously you can do it, and if you have proven success for people, you should still be able to have success for them out there. But just this whole thing of proximity seems to make a big deal with people as far as people doing business. So if you're closer to someone and you have proven success for someone in a nearby city, they're going to feel like you're more likely to have success for them. So then again, when we get into duplicating your success, here's what I would do then, for example, right? So let's say you get great results for some attorneys or some chiropractors or mortgage lenders, whatever the case may be. Then you would buy your own domain and create a landing page specific to that niche. For example, like you could buy the domain, let's say attorneyinternetleads.com. I don't even know if that's available. I'm just giving you an example, right? Anything like that. And then what happens is, so then you would buy that domain, and so now you're targeting attorneys. When they get the email from you, or whenever your communication is to them, they're going to see in the footer of your email, attorneyinternetleads.com. That's like, okay, cool. If you're an attorney, you're like, oh wow, okay, at least these guys look like they specialize in internet leads for attorneys, right? So something like that. And then you have your landing page on there. And again, you just modify the landing page that I've pre-written for you in your niche. Depending on when you watch this video, it's either already in your landing page builder in your saved drafts, or it should be there very, very soon, depending on when you watch this video again. So you can just use that, just tweak it a little bit to make it specific to attorneys, which is really simple to do. Maybe have your own little logo made up or whatever you want to do there to make it look nice and make it look professional, and then target attorneys with a domain like attorneyinternetleads.com is very, very powerful. So here's the problem. So I want to talk about, now that you have this landing page specific to that niche. So you have success in a niche. You put up this landing page to target other people in that niche because you're going to have success again. Now here's the problem. Like for example, for attorneys and chiropractors, the problem that I found is that it's a little tough to find Google keywords that only attorneys search for without getting people that are looking to find an attorney. Okay, so you understand what I'm saying? So if someone's typing in attorney into Google, that's someone searching for an attorney. Now, what's a keyword that an attorney would type that nobody else would type, right? Because you got to avoid all these bad clicks. So you could bid on the keywords, let's say attorney leads or attorney internet marketing or whatever the case may be. But you just got to be really careful. So here's the other solution. What I would probably recommend, again, you can do a very targeted Google campaign, but you want to be careful of these bad clicks. So make sure that you're very specific, with your keywords, something that only the attorneys would type in there. But what's great in this case is actually Facebook ads. Facebook ads is a great alternative in this case. Now, again, I don't usually say that. I find that Facebook ads in general will get a lot less leads and a lower quality of lead. We're only talking about here in this specific situation, trying to target attorneys and using Facebook ads to try to target attorneys, or let's say, for example, chiropractors. And the reason why Facebook ads is great for that is because you can actually target people who have the word attorney in their profile, or attorney at law, or ESQ like Esquire, or lawyer in their profile, and you only target those people. people. So that's pretty cool that, to only be able to target those people and only be able to target them in a specific area. So that's what's good about Facebook is in general, being able to target people based on what they have in their profile and their likes and interests, etc. So that's why I would say in this case, you might even want to try Facebook ads over Google ads, because unless you know of some keywords, and by the way, if you do know of some keywords that attorneys are typing into Google that no one else but an attorney would be typing into Google, let me know, because those are probably some good keywords to be bidding on. But again, Facebook ads is a great alternative, and I'll show you in the next video how to use Facebook ads, and the way I show you how to set it up. It's very, very simple. I'll do a little walkthrough for you, and I'll show you how to set it up to actually be able to target attorneys in certain area. But again, as I've mentioned previously, when you're doing local business clients, campaigns for your local business clients, you'd first start with Google, and then as you expand, you'd expand from Google search to Google remarketing. You'd add in there. You'd do Google Display Network with banner ads, and then I would actually do Yahoo MSN. And only then, if the client is getting as much traffic as they possibly can from all of those other sources, only then would I do Facebook ads for one of my clients. But again, in this case, the only reason why it's a great alternative, in my opinion, is because you can target attorneys and lawyers and people like that haven't mentioned directly in their profile what they're doing. So I'll show you the Facebook ad setup in the next video, but this is a really cool business model. I hope you can kind of see the power in this, buying a domain and creating a landing page specific to that niche. First, obviously, landing some clients and getting results for them, and then you can just easily duplicate the campaign. You have the ads, you have the keywords, you have everything already done, so it really practically takes almost none of your time, which is just amazing. And you're, like I said, you're going to be getting better results for these new clients right out the gate, because again, you have the keywords and ads that convert great, and you're just going to tweak it a little bit for their city. So really, really powerful business model. Again, it's more of an advanced model because you'd probably want to get started and have success for clients, and then go ahead and create this domain and landing page, and then start targeting that exact niche. But it's a great thing to keep in mind and be aware of, and kind of have this in mind when you're targeting niches.